Take my hand and swim with me into the dark and...
Hey there. I'm gonna take this white rubbery pumpkin and make a diorama, and I took a pencil and I drew the lines I want to cut. I don't think you can see them, but when I cut it you'll see them. I'm gonna use my hot knife to cut this. That's what the store recommended. It's probably not gonna smell very good. Okay, I've never done this before on a rubber pumpkin, so let's see how this goes. Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of like cutting through cream cheese. Can you see that? Am I in the picture? I hope. So I'm going to cut out like a cave shape for my sea cave. Alright, so far I've cut just the top out a little bit, and I'm working my way around. I drew the line in pencil, just in case I screw up. I don't want a like ink line to deal with. So I'm just going to cut along here. Carefully, carefully. Alright, when I get it cut out, I'll show you and show it to you again. I can't wait to see what the inside looks like. I turned the temperature up just a little bit and it's cutting a lot easier now. It is pretty thick. It's like maybe a 1/4 inch thick. So I'm going to have to go over it a couple times to get all the way through. Alright, I've gone all the way around it now. See the outline? That's the entrance to my sea cave. And I have to go around it until I get through every area. There's still some that are thick. So in a minute we'll see what the middle looks like. Make sure you have good ventilation wherever you're doing this. I'm sure this isn't good to breathe, so do it outside if you can. Almost done. Okay, I believe it's loose, so I may have to get something to pry it out with. Nope, it's going to come right out. Ta-da! Oh, of course there's one little spot. There we go. So, that's what it looks like on the inside. Cool. Alright, time for the glitter. Now I have noticed this builds up on here, so I could be in trouble. But I think I can take this old gourd and just kind of work some of that gunk off. Or perhaps sand it down later. Yeah, carbon. It is actually coming off a bit on here. I'm just pressing it down there and letting it burn off. That's good. I had a little hot spot there, but there. I'm glad it came off. I was a little worried. Okay, I cut off the scrap because I want to use it to make like little waves in here after I put the diorama in. See how that goes? I need more hands. There, just like that. I'm just going to sand the rough edges, make it look a little better. Now I'm going to add glitter. So I'm going to coat whatever part I can actually see with white glue and glitter. So we'll see how that goes. When you're using glitter, always work over a piece of paper. That way you can pour the glitter back into a bottle. And I'm not going to put glitter on the very bottom inside there because that's going to be covered up with things. I might have to work in sections so that I don't want the glue to dry before I put the glitter, so I can go kind of faster. Since this is an ocean scene, I'm going to go with blues and purples, but I saw some cool ones that had like monster scenes with red glitter and whatnot. So pick the color for whatever your theme is. Whee! Is that cool or what? Oh, first can get carried away with glitter, so I'm going to do purple and blue. And here's a little blue. Alright. Sticks better than I thought it would. Now you can see where I've missed some spots, which always happens with glitter, so I need to put more glue there and keep going. I'm not too worried about getting every spot because once I put different elements in here, it's going to cover up most of that anyways. And then I can always touch up anything that I don't like. I'm going to let it dry. Now I'm going to add a light bulb inside here, so I'm going to go in the back and melt a hole to put the cord through right now while I'm thinking about it. Right there. Make sure you make it big enough for your cord. Well, my pumpkin is dry, and now I'm going to paint the outside. Ooh, it makes it echo. Cool. I'm going to paint the outside purple and blue so it looks like an ocean. And for this I'm going to use acrylic paint. Just pick your favorite brand. And I'm going to paint these pieces because I'm going to use those in the inside maybe. So we'll see. It's easier to do all the painting at once. I can see it's going to take 2 coats at least. And that's typical. If I had put gesso on it first, I could probably have done 1 coat. So that's something to consider. But it takes just as much time to do 1 coat of gesso and 1 coat of paint as it does to do 2 coats of paint. Alright. Now while that dries, I will show you what I'm going to do for mermaids. And then this is cheesecloth I just dyed. First I tea-dyed it, which made this color, but it was too light. But it's a good color for a fishing net. See how this kind of looks like a fishing net? So I wanted some of it that color, so I didn't dye it all. And then I dyed this green with fabric dye, and I just dribbled it on there so that it would be like colors of light, like the sun shining through seaweed, part light, part dark. So that's what I'm making the fins out of. Hello again. I think I'm ready to make the mermaids. Here I have my skeletons. I think I'm going to have to take the legs off the skeletons and put the fin on. Hair, wire for the tail, and these are to help hold the hair on while it's drying. Wire cutters, scissors, and some beads over here in case I want to make eyes or something. I took off the legs. That was easy. They just pop out, and I'm going to take some super glue and glue in some beads for the eyes. Just grab the leg and wiggle it off. Of course the other ones came right out. Oh, there we go. Save those for later. This wire is 30 yards copper wire, 26 gauge, and it's called, the color is sea green. That cracks me up. Conveniently, the wire fits right through where the legs used to be. Now I'm going to make a fin shape out of the wire. The wire seemed a little wimpy, so I went ahead and doubled it, and I made this little fin shape, and I'm going to cover that with this and glue it or something. Here it is with the armature, and this of course is posable, so when I get it done I can have something to pose it onto. And now I need to put the cloth. I went ahead and glued some seashells to my cheesecloth, and I'll hang that in the back somewhere. And I figured out how to drape the cheesecloth for the fins, and then I'm going to have to glue that down. But it's getting late, so I'll probably glue that down tomorrow. So far so good. I like the eyes.